Kia ora, welcome to Bus Days. You can see behind me I still haven't been making a huge amount of progress on this bus. In fact, my biggest headache is still getting these seat belts installed, or still getting some sort of seat belts installed. So if anyone's got any advice on how I can go about that in Auckland, I would very much like that. What I have done though is I've finally received some more stuff from AliExpress, so I'll show you that. Actually, it's not all from AliExpress. There's quite a bit of stuff here that I've purchased locally, but I'll show you anyway. Starting with some solar cable. Now, I kind of like overdoing stuff. You probably already know that. So this solar cable is 10mm square. And it's real solar cable, so I've looked at just plain 10mm cable. It's not really any cheaper, and I got quite a good price on this from Fazcorp in Auckland. So that's 30 meters of black. I've got a similar 30 meters of red. I've got so much because I actually intend to run my panels individually down into the bus and then work out whether or not I'm going to parallel or series them at that point, depending on how my testing goes as to what appears to be the best option. That gives me the ability to change it up a bit, but I have a higher volt drop, of course, because of the longer distance at the lower voltages, hence the 10mm, eliminating that to near zero. I also got, and again locally, a whole bunch of fasteners from Black's Fasteners, and the little stainless steel bolts. Now, one of the beauties of the stuff you get out of China is there's no waste in it, you know. So the little brass bolts that are holding the terminals on the batteries are just long enough to do their job. Now I've put on much bigger terminals, so they're a wee bit short, and then I want to stack a you know, like another fitting or another terminal on top of my joiners. So I've got some longer stainless ones, stainless washers, stainless spring washers, so that I can be a little more confident with my assembly of my battery. From actual AliExpress, I've got some more heat shrink. Now, I previously bought a pack of heat shrink from AliExpress, but this is much bigger. So this is going to be suitable for covering over any exposed copper bus bars. And I know I shouldn't tease people about their spelling, but this is heat I don't even know how to say that. It is not heat shrink. Anyway, it is. So hopefully that will work nicely. That should shrink to, I think it's a 3 times, so it should shrink to 1/3 of its size once heated. Now, the next thing from AliExpress was these little terminals. Now, they're not, actually weren't incredibly cheap, but they are incredibly cool. So that's an M10 Bolt. I actually thought I'd bought M8s, but they're M10, and when I checked my order, I did order M10. So what this is an insulated mount, so perfect for putting on a buzz bar on, so you can sort of screw that down to anything. Comes with the screws, and chuck. You can use it to run, you know, simply 2 cables in to join them as a terminal, or I'm going to run a buzz bar between 2 of them and connect my cables to that. So I bought a stack of those. Now these things I bought I don't know, a little over a week ago out of China, and they're here. Excellent. This one is not from AliExpress, but it is pretty damn cool. It's a Vectron battery protect. I've talked about it in a couple of my other videos. It's actually quite fancy and probably a good idea in a lot of setups to have something like this. It's maybe a slightly more expensive way of doing it than with cheaper relays or something, but it's a very good relay. What it does is it can turn on and off a load of up to 220 amps. Now it is measuring battery voltage all the time, so if your battery goes over voltage or under voltage, and it's quite programmable, then it will disconnect the battery. Now what I want to use it for is to disconnect the low voltage, the 24 volt systems, on command. Now to do it on command, I simply hook my SBMS 0, the external output for turning on and off loads, into here. So if I series that up with my inverter or inverters, then when the SBMS 0 says time to turn everything off based on the lowest cell voltage, then it will turn this off, which will turn up to 200 amps of DC load off. I could maybe have done it with I could maybe have used a bunch of DSSRs perhaps, but it actually quickly gets, if I use a smaller relay, it quickly gets up to the price of simply buying this. So this is probably the way to go. Nice and simple, very confident of it working. Yeah, it's got a 5-year warranty, I guess. So that looks pretty cool. Quite keen. That looks pretty cool. Quite keen to get that hooked up and running. But this is the key thing that I'm most interested in right now, because I really want your opinion. I know I'm talking sometimes to some pretty smart people out there, and for a moment there, I thought it would be a good idea to get surge protection for my solar panels. Now, it was because, I don't just make YouTube videos, I spend a lot of time watching them. And I was watching a few YouTube videos, and I've been doing a little bit of research on solar panels and safety and stuff like that, and I seem to have got a little bit hooked up on house solar panels, I guess, because everyone uses this sort of thing. Now, the job of this is to stop, well, same as any surge protector, it's to stop a massive surge, a high voltage surge, perhaps from a lightning or something, something going very wrong, and it takes it and either dissipates it or sends it straight to Earth. Now, what I really hadn't thought about is I want a vehicle with rubber tires, and I don't have an Earth. So yeah, I'm going to earth my panels to the bus, and I'm going to, I have an Earth for all intensive purposes, but it's not the ground. And although I bought these are quite cheap, and what they do is they put, any excess voltage that's higher than it should be coming through the panels, like from a nearby lightning strike or something like that, they put that to ground. Now that's great, but I haven't got a ground. So what do you think? Do you think this is a good idea? I guess if I put it to my Earth, which is simply the vehicle chassis, that just makes the whole vehicle live. Now I don't know whether that's going to protect my electrical stuff at all, or whether in fact it makes it worse, or whether it actually wouldn't make any difference at all. Whether I guess if a bus is struck by lightning, I'm already in a parachute, so maybe that doesn't matter. But if there's a lightning strike nearby and it's maybe a bright enough flash that can put a massive surge through my solar system, maybe that could cause a lot of damage. Maybe this could save it, maybe it can't. So I'd love to know what you think. Is anybody using these? Is anyone actually using these surge protection devices in a mobile solar situation? I can certainly see a value in having them hooked up to your solar system on your house. That I can see that makes perfect sense. But would it work on a vehicle. So anyway, that's me. It was just a quick video, partly because I really wanted to get that question out there, because I've at the point now whether or not I should in fact wire these in, and if I do, where I should put them. I'm thinking if I put them anywhere, they probably should be up near the roof where the panels are, or whether I should use them at all. I don't know if it makes any sense. So yeah, quick one for yous. Nice change, I guess. So thank you for watching. Look, I'm really keen to get your opinions, so please comment and let me know. Otherwise, if you like the video and you want to see more of me and my junk here and the bus and everything I'm doing, then hit all the buttons, like and subscribe, and hopefully that means we'll see you again soon. Take care. Mā te wā.